Hey guys, Anthony here, Bibles and Barbells, May 8th, 2020. I am at my camper with my better half, who's right there. We went to Dunkin' Donuts. I got us some coffee, and we came here to where we parked the R-Pod. There you can see, or maybe not. So it's parked in our spot. I'm actually going to try to take it out today once the rain passes and wash it up. It's a little bit dirty and I want to start getting it ready. I came by the other day and painted some of the Rust-Oleum, some of the front hitch area and the step and the handle just to freshen it up a little bit. But so we came here this morning. We got our coffee and I said, you know, where's a good place to go where we can distance from everybody but still have some good privacy. And we dropped the dogs off at the groomers, so they're not home for us.
You got donuts.
So I got a couple of Krellers, which I already ate. And now we're here and just enjoying our coffee, nice and quiet in our own little piece of heaven, which is the Forest River R-Pod 2015, model 179. And so tomorrow we will be celebrating our 33rd wedding anniversary. So
40 years.
And about tack on another 7 years together before that. So really together 40 years, but officially married 33 years as of tomorrow.
Just sum it up with lifetime.
What's that mean?
It feels like it's been
it feels like it's been a lifetime.
Yeah, sum it up with one word.
Yeah. So, yeah, and so I want to do a couple of videos today. I'm going to get around to doing them.
Oh, on marriage?
No, not on marriage. On current events.
How to survive.
On how to survive
a marriage with a lot of
how to survive a government orchestrated apocalypse.
Okay,
That's what it's going to be about.
I said marriage, but who are we to say?
Can marriage be added into apocalypse?
Who are we to say?
I guess some marriages are an apocalypse. But
yeah, definitely.
But we are, so I want to talk about some things that have been on my mind. I'll show you guys. I don't even know if I showed them yet. I'll show you guys how the little garden we have in the backyard is progressing.
Container garden.
It's more of a container garden, so
it's progressing.
We're going to go today and get some more soil and a couple more plants. Is that the plan?
Yeah, more veggies.
More veggies.
We planted all herbs and veggies.
I mean, the main thing, vegetable-wise, that I want to have is make sure I have lettuce, like romaine or regular lettuce, bib lettuce, cucumbers I like, hot peppers, and tomatoes. That's like a base. Would be like a base for us.
What is your name?
Cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers.
Tomatoes.
Yeah. Then we have some herbs.
Lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of herbs, basil, rosemary.
Why are you turning the other way?
Because I want to be videoed, Anna. I just don't.
The mysterious woman in the camper with me.
No, I have circles around
She is my wife.
Yeah, well, I have circles around my eyes that make me look like
I have circles around my eyes, too.
Not as brown as mine.
I'm going to get a good close-up, guys. Yeah, I got some circles there.
You're very nice.
I'm still cute, though.
Well, I'm not cute with circles under my eyes.
So, all seriousness, guys, you have to have a little bit of fun
and
amongst...
a lot of patience.
And a lot of patience amongst... can you shut that music? Thank you.
My husband's dancing.
With the world shut down, the country shut down, now going on, 8 weeks? I think it is. Economic tsunami. I think 3.2 million more unemployed added to the rolls yesterday, according to yesterday's numbers, which brings it well over 30 million, which brings the real number of people that haven't been able to get through or sign up, etc., to well over 50 million. Stock market's up, though. That should make everybody happy. So there's a big disconnect in this country, guys, and that's what I want to talk about over the weekend videos. There's such a big disconnect between the stock market, what people, see with that, and then when you see reality hit with the unemployment rate and companies laying off people and businesses that are never going to be opening again, bankruptcies that are being claimed right now. It's just very unsettling. What's most unsettling to me, but which is what I expected because I've been following this for many, many years, is the overreach of governors and leaders in certain states. Let's call them liberal, socialist, Democrat states, for the most part, exerting and showing that they have power to control your life and my life, and they're ready to exert that power. So they're showing their power by lining up police and sheriffs with batons and shields and helmets, and just like like a Star Wars episode, sending sheriffs in to with armored vehicles to arrest bartenders and people at the bar in Texas, I think it was, manhandling a beauty parlor owner, salon owner, throwing her in jail when she wouldn't apologize to the jackbooted judge, liberal, socialist, communist judge. Thankfully, Governor Abbott of Texas, I believe, released her. I commended him this morning on his Instagram page. I think I actually reposted it on mine as well. So what's going to happen with this, guys, is we're going to see this encroachment on liberties happening more and more. And the more we, the people, let them get away with it, the more and more they're going to do it. It's just like a bully on the block. And I mentioned this in my other videos. The bully on the block that picked on me for years and years, back when I lived in New York, when I was younger. There were certain bullies in the area.
They picked on you?
Yeah.
You had bullies?
Yeah, in the area.
That's hard
Yeah.
to believe, Anthony.
No, it is. It's believable. Believe me, you weren't there. You were living in Pittsburgh at the time. We didn't know each other.
Yeah,
But there were bullies. So
Really?
what happened was it came to a head. My dad basically punched like 5 holes in the wall, yelling at me for not fighting against the bully physically. And then I finally one day just went out and the bully picked on me, and I had my mind made up where I'm going to fight back whether I get beat up or not, or win or not. I'm fighting back. And so I punched the bully in the teeth, and from that day on the bully didn't bother me anymore, basically. So I stood up to the bully. So the moral of the story is you've got to stand up to the bullies in this world because they're coming out of the woodwork. Some of them are dressed in sheriff's and police uniforms and have cowboy hats on and fancy body armor with knee pads and shoulder pads and batons and shields. And they're exerting their authority on Americans that just want to go about their business, live their lives, and not be bothered. They're not breaking any laws. They're making up these laws or decrees as they go along. It's planned. Plandemic. It's all planned, guys. Everybody has to start resisting continually. And what I believe needs to be done is when judges like the one in Texas, I can't remember his name, throw somebody in jail for not apologizing, maybe the norm will be, well, maybe there'll be several hundred people marching on his house where he lives 24/7 taking shifts until he gets the message. I think that's what has to be done. I think that has to be done across the board to let these thugs know that the people, we the people, mean business, and we're not going to back down. We're seeing it around the country starting, and it needs to be continued, because if you continue to give the bully grounds or leeway to pick on you, he's just going to choose new and new ways to torment you as the days, weeks, and months and years go by, until he has you cornered and corralled and maybe caged up where you're not a threat to him anymore. Is that what we want in America? If that's what we want, it's what we'll get, believe me. It's what we'll get. And the thing is, these bullies are letting out criminals for the most part. And not everybody in jail is a rapist, a murderer, etc. I know that. I've done jail ministry, as you guys know that watch my channel, for many, many years. I'm experienced in going into prisons and jails and sitting with inmates and talking with them and having Bible studies with them and seeing them in their setting. So, but to let criminals go because of a COVID disease, and to throw a salon owner in jail, or a bartender or some patrons that want to go, have some quiet time at the local bar, to send armored vehicles with the sheriff to arrest them and take them in, when at the same time you've got the same types of sheriff and police and law enforcement basically standing down while Antifa beats the shit out of people in certain areas of the country. Think about that. Antifa burns things down, throws rocks at people, hits them in the head, bloodies them, threatens them, closes down streets, abuses, death threats, not only to regular American people, male, female, young, old, etc., kids, but politicians. I've seen them do it to politicians. And law enforcement's nowhere to be found. Why is that? Could it be the Democrat, liberal, socialist scum that run these cities, and the brass of the law enforcement arm of these cities is in bed together, are in bed together? I believe that's the case. So when I see these police guys lined up and denying Americans their First Amendment rights, Second Amendment rights, I get a little upset, because I see the same people cowering and hiding on their bicycles or around corners, while Antifa and groups like it, Antifa and groups like them, get to do whatever they want. In fact, sometimes the mayor of the city, like in Baltimore a while back, said, let them do whatever they want and stand down. But yet, some armed protesters that are standing up for their God-given unalienable rights go to a state house and protest their grievances. They're characterized as Nazis and white supremacists and fascists and far right leaning blah 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 bullshit. And the media runs with it, and it sticks in people's brains, because people watch the media and think they're really seeing the news, when they're seeing crisis actors that are hired to send a narrative forward. So anyway, I'll stop this video now. I didn't want to do this now, but I get a little heated up, and since I'm sitting comfortably here, I thought we'd have a little coffee chat and talk about this, because I certainly am not standing for it. any longer. And I happen to live in a state, South Carolina, that's been fairly good so far that I see, but I'm right on the border with Charlotte, North Carolina. And Charlotte's got one of those mayors, or excuse me, one of those governors that likes to extend his overreach and power. So let's see what happens there. And I know people in North Carolina have been staging protests as well. So I may be joining them soon, crossing over the border and helping out my brothers and sisters across the border. Okay? Taking every single measure possible to fight back against tyranny. That's the attitude that one has to have today. Every single measure to fight back against tyranny. Don't fall for their bullcrap. Fight them at every turn. They charge you, you charge them. They charge you, you charge them. Very simple. Think of the bully. Bully comes after you. Grab a bat and go after him. Up the ante. It's not funny.
I'm not laughing.
Okay.
I know you mean it.
A little chuckle.
I chuckle because I know you mean it. I was just looking at my umbrella stand and I found a bat.
Don't give away my hiding spots for stuff. Something about ex-New Yorkers and bats
Yeah.
that go together.
Yeah, I say so.
But yes, I love baseball bats.
You do.
I don't love playing baseball too much, but I love the bats.
Your uncle.
So yes, I have many bats.
Remember,
But-
I thought he coached the volleyball team.
Oh, that's another video. Anyway, guys, this man, Bibles and Barbells, who's had his channel since late 2008 and has seen a lot of this coming, maybe not exactly the way it happened, but I knew that one day this type of event would happen, something would happen to propel the New World Order into power, or not into power, but into a mode where they try to subjugate their authority on this country, to strip away its constitution, its Bill of Rights, etc., and bring us into the fold, if you will. Because America, let's face it, has been one country. As messed up as we are with some of the leaders that we've had, we still are a bastion of hope and freedom to the world. Although I don't agree with the endless wars that we've been fighting, generally our history proves that we care about freedom and liberty and rights given from God. So that in order for that to still exist moving forward, it's going to take the collective minds and workings together of like-minded people of all colors, all ages, all people groups, if you will. It's only one human race. There's not a black race, a white race, a Chinese race, a yellow race, a brown race. There's one race, man, but different people groups. When they were dispersed, blah, 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 I don't have to get into a Bible study. They were dispersed. The Tower of Babel, all over the world, developed into different people groups. Was one race called the human race, created by Yahweh through his bane, his son, Yeshua HaMashiach. So I'll end this video there to get you guys thinking, feeling, and acting. Put together your plans, gather with like-minded people, watch alternative news sources, dig in deep and get the real news. Sometimes they'll give you clues on the regular news on what's really going on, but for the most part it's staged or rehearsed, or these people are just shills for the different networks, whether it's Fox or CNN, MSNBC, blah, blah, blah. They just want to get you into two camps, keep people infighting while they print trillions of dollars. The rich get richer, the middle class gets sparser, and the faster that happens is the faster we are ushered into the whatever sector the United States is called on the map, the New World Order map, whatever it is, whatever regions we live in. Those will become a reality one day, unfortunately, but we do not have to facilitate that right now. Anthony signing off. Stay ready.